Hey everyone, it's Jimmy from Studio 39, and today I'm going to be talking about airbrush makeup and what makes it more special than regular makeup. This is the gun from one of our airbrush machines, and it looks like a tiny little airbrush gun from a tanning machine. We have an airbrush tanning machine as well, and the gun on it basically looks just like this but larger. And we use this often to contour on spray tans, like around the edges. Some little tips for just like shadowing and contouring for makeup. On spray tan, we often do a darker silhouette around the edges of an outline of a woman's body because it makes her look slimmer when she's in a swimsuit. So you can contour and shade just like you can with these types of guns, just like you would with regular bronzer or a contouring powder. So anyways, this is a Belletto. And this is mine that I use both at home and here in the salon. And we use the Belletto, and we also use the Luminaire. I do like the Belletto a little bit better, and I'll tell you why. There's 3 settings on it. There's a low setting, medium, and high. And when I'm doing eyeshadow, what you really want to do is use the lower setting on it and only pull it back halfway. See how this thing goes all the way back? When you're doing something like small area, like a cheek or specifically eyeshadow or even brow sculpting, you only want to pull it back just a little bit and on the lowest setting. Our Luminaire machine only has 1 setting, but you can obviously pull it back like this because this is how the product dispenses from the gun. And the closer you are, the lower the setting you want it, or the lower amount of trajectory, if you will, like this, because you want the cone of the product to be smaller when you're going in a small area like your eyeshadow. So we do a smoky eye with this, just like we would with eyeshadows, loose powders. So if you're doing an eyeshadow on an airbrush machine, you want to go in right here, and what you always do is close the eye, whether it's yourself, if you just need to kind of like slit your eyes open so you can see in the mirror, or if you're doing a client, if you're a professional makeup artist, you always find where the air is hitting the skin, and you'll see the skin barely move from the pressure of the air. And it's not a lot. It's not a lot of pressure at all. It's not uncomfortable. But if you're leaning closer in the mirror and you're kind of have your eyes slightly open, or if you're an artist and you're looking at your client's skin, just look to see where the air is coming out before you crank back the gun. So that way you're not like making any errors. And something that we also suggest you do is you use, you can use like a piece of tissue or something and just lay it in under the eye. And this is actually just a piece of paper. It's actually like a message, but whatever, you get the point. You just go like this, and it creates like a very crisp line. So that's how you would do eyeshadow. And for foundation, you want to be a little bit further away, and about 10 inches away, and you want to use about 6 to 7 drops depending on the color of the foundation. I always find it better to, on lighter skin, maybe use a little bit more, and then on darker skin, find out, do like, a few drops to see how much you would need product wise for the entire face. Sometimes with darker skin, you can't really tell until you put the product on the face how well the coverage is going to be. So you'll know right away whether or not you're going to need 20 drops versus 8 or 9 drops. So these products are very expensive, so you don't want to be wasting the shadows. And here's what the airbrush makeup looks like. This is my little box that I use. It comes in these smaller bottles. Not very much, so it's very concentrated, so a lot goes a long way. Now, the thing that's special about airbrush makeup is that the 2 companies that we buy our product from, mainly Belletto and Luminaire, they're and most airbrush makeup is this way, is that it's milled very fine. It's mineral makeup, but instead of how traditional makeup is applied to the face with a sponge or a brush, you're literally pushing the product on your skin. So sometimes it goes deeper than the surface of the skin that you would really want. It can get down on your pores, whatever. This is misted onto your face, and when it dries, it stays on for 24 hours. So how awesome is that? If you get your makeup done on a Friday night, all you have to do is touch up your mascara. It's completely fine to sleep in it because it's so milled so fine, your skin can breathe through it, unlike regular makeup. The micro pigment milling process is basically where the particles of the makeup are milled so fine, and it's added to, it's a water base, so it's not like it has any chemicals in it, to the mixture that makes it liquefied, and it just attaches and gives you that complete photo finish, camera ready look. It completely covers any flaws, acne scars, anything. Now, I don't necessarily do this on my own skin every day. It doesn't take very long at all. But I have kids, and sometimes I don't necessarily want the production of doing this. But if you can invest in one of these machines, and they retail around $300, they are not inexpensive. It will save you time over the long run if you have everything set up, or you have an area in either your closet, or I say closet because I have a mirror on the back of my closet, that's where I do my makeup, or the smaller bathroom. If you have like an area where you can just leave this kind of plugged in and bust out your makeup in like 5 minutes, how awesome is that? So also a little tip for these machines, look for them on Groupon, Goods, stuff like that. Sometimes those like deal of the day type of sites, you can find these really inexpensive. Like sometimes I've seen them on there for like $100. In fact, that's where we purchased one of the ones that we use for the salon, because unlike all the other professional like beauty products, makeup machines are kind of the one thing that we don't really get a pro discount on. Kind of a bummer. So I've always had to look around for fairly decent prices on these, because they are very expensive if you're going to offer this service in your salon. I think we're the only salon in Kansas City where we have at least 5 people doing this service, because we do quite a bit of makeup. An average airbrush makeup application is around $45 to $50. A lot of salons just offer this on foundation, but we do a full face of makeup and then just add lashes, and you're set for 24 hours. It's awesome. So anyways, that's some information about airbrush makeup from Studio 39. As always, have a great day.